Hey everyone, it's Soraya, and I am doing a video today because I wanted to tell you about my Kambo experience. And for those who don't know what Kambo is, it is essentially the secretions from a giant tree frog in South America. I don't know all the technical terms, so PC police, don't come kill me. However, I'm just putting everything in layman's terms from what I understand it to be. So, of course, if you have anything to say or you have any corrections, I'm all here for it because this is my first time. But I wanted to tell you about it because I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about because it was pretty life-changing, not gonna lie. All right, so I'm going to be looking down at my notes because I have a lot of stuff to say and I don't want to skip over stuff. I want it to go in chronological order and I want everything to be beautiful. I think my phone is falling. I am in my truck right now recording this, so that's why it looks like maybe I'm in a hostage situation, but I'm not. I'm just sitting in my truck, so we'll be all right. Anyway, so I learned about Kambo, and it's spelled Kambo, by the way. I learned about it a few years ago, and I had wanted to look into it because I was like, oh, well, this could be good spiritually, but I just never got around to it. So recently I've been working on a lot of spiritual stuff. I'm on a spiritual path to healing and just trying to be a better person, trying to be the best version of myself, and Kambo came back up again. Came back up in a Google search, a random Google search that I did, and then also I saw it on Instagram, and I saw it somewhere else one more time, and I was like, you know what, forget it. So I reached out to a local practitioner, and she responded, and we talked, and we set up an appointment. So I opted for the double session. I did one session and then I did another session directly after it, because I'm like, hey, whatever the universe has to tell me, whatever spirit has to tell me, I'm ready for it. I want to rip this band-aid off, get it over with, right? So it was ambitious, but it could be done, right? I did it, I survived, it was all good, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna start going through the series of events of what happened and how I experienced things. So when I first went into her space, it was at her home. Man, so beautiful. It was so light and airy. I instantly felt at ease with her and her energy because she was just so competent and she just gave you all these good vibes. So I love her so much. I have to reach out to her and make sure it's okay to put her information in the video. I don't want to put it out there and she doesn't want to be put out there. So, we'll just say her for now. And it was just a beautiful space. Her home was just amazing. It was the perfect place, I felt like, to have ceremony. And I got a personal ceremony, so I didn't want it to be with other people. She did offer group ceremonies, but I did it personally first because I didn't know, if I was going to have an exorcism or what, When you start dealing with spiritual stuff, you just never know what might happen, who might jump out. So I was like, okay, I want to do this by myself first, and then, we can do groups later. All right, so we talked for a little bit, for a few minutes. We set the intention for my sessions and for what I wanted to heal, what I wanted to get out, during the session, because I had no idea what to expect. So, my intention was to help me with my procrastination and to tell me what I need to know. Just show me what needs to be shown. I don't even know all the answers. Just show me what I need to know, tell me what I need to know, and get this procrastination up out of me because I am a supreme procrastinator. So, then she had I don't know the term. Once again, PC police, I have to look it up. It's a sort of tobacco. It's like a powdered, it almost looks like a, like a vitamin, like a vitamin in a capsule. Like if you broke the capsule apart, and it's a powdery substance, but it's a tobacco. It's a type of tobacco that the spiritual community uses, and she blew it up each of my nostrils, and she said it was gonna burn, and it burned a little bit. It was a little bit of a burn on both sides. I was like, ooh, but it wasn't anything that was too intense. A few seconds, and the burn went away, so it was okay. After she blew up both nostrils, I felt really giddy, kind of like almost like I was drunk, and I was very laughy and giggly. It felt really good. I felt light and airy. I was like, okay, so that's supposed to help open you up so you're more receptive to it, but you don't have to do that. If you don't want to, you can just go straight to the Kambo. So, excuse me, I started to then drink about 1.5 liters of water. I came with a gallon of room temperature water coming into the ceremony. That's what was one of the requirements, and also not to eat 6 hours before ceremony, because all your food needs to be digested, because you're gonna be throwing up. So you drink 1.5 liters of water, and that mixes with the bile in your stomach, because what Kambo does is it releases the toxins from your body. You put it on your skin, and it goes into your system, and it starts to purge all the toxins out of your body. It gets dumped into your stomach, and then you throw it up. So, but it's not just about throwing up. It's about purging your emotions, all the things that you have held on to, all the stuff that's deep that you don't even know about. It's just coming up. Like, it's coming up, okay? So, anywho, moving on. I drank my 1.5 liters of water, and then she did 3 gates on my arm, 3 little dots. Let me see if you can see it. There we go. So this is the after effect, but she just took a small, I'm not sure what tool she used, but she just took it, and it was fire. She just burned the top layer of my skin. It was like ping, 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 3 little pinches, not painful. I didn't bleed or anything, because it was just a top layer of skin that came off. She rubbed it off, and then you could just see like the white part under my skin. Then she put the Kambo on there, and it took about 2 minutes for things to start kicking in. It was burning on my arm, but it wasn't like an intense burn, just a slight burn, and everything started to kind of kick in. I started feeling tingly, like that drunk tingly feeling again, but then it was like, okay, something's different is happening right now. My right eardrum was warm, and then I could hear, like, it was just warm. It was very awkward. I had never felt anything like that before, obviously. There's a lot of things going on right now that I haven't been feeling ever, but I specifically remember my right eardrum being warm, and then my teeth were vibrating. Like, not my gums, but my teeth. I was like, hello? What's happening? I don't understand. My teeth are vibrating. So I'm like, okay, something's going on. So the whole time, I'm just trying to practice being present, right? Because I don't want to wander too far off and not understand. Kambo is an experience that it's not like a psychedelic experience where you leave and you go somewhere. You stay right where you are and you feel everything. You do not go anywhere. You're staying where you are. So don't worry, okay? So I was very aware of my teeth tingling. I was very aware of my arms feeling heavy but tingly. My legs were then tingling. So my heart rate is kind of rapid at this point, because, you know, everybody's doing what they got to do. I started to get nauseous at this point. She was asking me, was I feeling nauseous? I felt a little bit nauseous at first, but then I started to get like nauseous, and I was like, oh, here we go. So I got a couple of stomach cramps, and then I threw up. I think I threw up by myself the first time. Maybe. I can't remember. But after I threw up, it was like exorcist throw up. Like, because my stomach is full of liquid, you know, so it's coming out. So then the second time after the first time, I felt lighter, okay? That's the first thing. I'm like, whoa, something left. Don't know what it was, but emotionally, I felt lighter. So then the second time, I started feeling nauseous again. So this is happening maybe within like a few minutes of each other. So I threw up, I felt better, and then I started feeling nauseous again because I hadn't gotten everything out. Of course, right? I only threw up one time, but I couldn't throw up. She was like, drink water. So I was drinking water to see maybe I might throw up. I didn't throw up. So I had to force myself, and I stuck my fingers in my throat, and I despise doing that. Of course, it just makes you like cringe, but I had to do it because I had to get this out, right? So I threw up again, but then now this time it was like rapid fire. I'm throwing up, and every time I threw up, felt lighter. So each time I'm releasing emotions, apparently, some kind of energy. And she's also doing energy work on me as I'm throwing up. So, what else is happening here? So, after a few times of me throwing up, then she wiped off the Kambo. And then I kind of go into my little come down, where I lay down for a few minutes and just allow myself to relax. I'm relaxing, and just kind of evening out. So my first session was over. I felt like, okay, that was interesting. I felt lighter. Like I said, I felt more aware, but I still really wasn't aware of all my feelings, because it was just, you feel literally everything at one time, and everybody's experience is different. I felt everything at one time, all of my emotions, and I was like, whoa, this is so weird. I am naturally a suppressor of my emotions, so for me to feel all of them at one time was a very new experience to me in my life. So, moving on. All right, so now we're going to the second round. And in the second round, same thing again. We're drinking 1.5 liters of water, or however much water I drink. It was like 2 big cups of water. I'm assuming it's 1.5 liters. She said some people make you drink like 2 straight liters. So, boo, no thanks. And this time, I got 5 gates, which are the little holes for the medicine, the little burn pricks. I'm not really sure what to call them. She called them gates. So they look like this. Remember, these 3, but this time I have 5, and they're on the back of my neck. I got 2 on my neck, and then I have 3 that are going along my spine. They're in close proximity to each other. I'll post some pictures at the end of the video so you can see. Right above my bra line. So that happened, and I immediately felt it. I felt fire. I felt fire. I was like, whoa. So I was sitting there. I was like, I'm swaying side to side, because I'm like, I got to do something with this energy. It is hot. I feel like I need to leave. She said that some people get the feeling like they need to get up and they need to go and they need to move around. I just felt like I needed to go. Like, the energy of fleeing was within me, and it was trying to come out, because I was like, I need to go. Like, I gotta go. But then I was also very nauseous at the same time, so I definitely wasn't going anywhere. But it was just about sitting through it and breathing, going side to side. I threw up like maybe the first 2 minutes into it. Just instantly, by myself that time, I threw up. And I was like, woo, great. But I still felt nauseous because I am feeling the intensity of the Kambo during this session. She said each session is different. So the first time it was kind of light and airy. I mean, I wouldn't call it light and airy because I definitely threw up and was nauseous, but it was not as intense as this one, because after I threw up that first time, I felt intense heartbreak. Like, intense. Like all the heartbreak you ever had times 1,000 shoved into me. And I was like, wow. It was like, ooh, it was heavy. It was heavy. I was rocking back and forth. I was like, oh. She was like, what are you feeling? I was like, I feel in here. She was like, okay, it's your heart. I was like, yes, it's in here and here. And she was asking, she was trying to coach me through it. She was asking me what my inner child needed. I was like, I don't know. I was crying. It was intense, okay? Like, I have no other words. And a lot of feelings that I was feeling, I can't explain. You just have to experience it to know what I'm talking about. But the intensity of heartbreak time a million was there. So by this point, I recognized that me feeling nauseous and the extreme amount of nausea that I'm having is because of suppressed emotions that are coming out. Boom. So I forced myself to throw up. I threw up like 5 times back to back. And the heartache feeling ceased. It went away. It eased. Excuse me, not ceased. The heartbreak feeling eased. It went away. So I was going through this and I felt sad. I felt angry at myself. I was upset at myself because I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything. I was like, how can you not know? You know, in your mind, you're at war with yourself now because you're like, what? You don't know what to do because our whole lives we've been in control of ourselves. But this event made you surrender. You had to surrender. You had to let go. You couldn't keep it because if you did, you would be nauseous and then you would feel totally crappy. You had to surrender to yourself. You had to let it go. You had to get it out. You had to. There was no other option. So I was just, like I said, sad. I was really angry with myself. I was kind of being hard on myself because I was just like, I just don't understand how you don't know what to do, or you don't know how to feel. You don't know any of this. But it wasn't about any of that. It was about feeling that feeling of the unknown and not knowing what to do so you can release it and let it go. So you had to surrender and you had to fight through your ego. My ego was not allowing me to let things go, which was why I feel like I wasn't throwing up just by myself. I had to force myself again, the 3rd time, to throw up. And then again, consecutively, I let it go. And I don't even know why I was holding on, what I was holding on to. It was just like, it was sitting, it wasn't coming out, and I was like, okay, you got to get out. So by this time, I'm exhausted because I done threw up like 17 times, and I'm like, you can do it. Like, I'm shaking, trying to stick my fingers in my throat to make myself throw up because I'm just exhausted, but I also understand that I need to have this release. So she was very supportive. She was rubbing my shoulders, rubbing my back. She was giving me hugs, just holding space for me to be myself and to just let that shit go because that's what needed to happen, right? Great. Moving on. I have to read my notes because I skipped over a couple points. All right. So after I threw up that last time, I didn't have anything else to throw up. She wiped off the Kambo and I was done with the second round, and I was tired. I was like, wow, that second session was intense, boy. I exercised some stuff, okay? Like I said, I was afraid who might come out. Somebody came out in the form of vomit and emotions, and it was very interesting. So, the wrap up. While I was going through my sessions through the Kambo, she was doing energy work around me. She was clearing out energies. I believe she said she was a channeler. So she can feel things and she can channel things. She was clearing away the negativity, clearing away dark energy. She said she cleared away a lot of dark energy from my heart, which could be why I felt a million heartbreaks at one time. I have no idea, but she was helping to clear that out, and it was after it was over, I was like, it's not going to come to you all at once. You have to give things time. I was just really tired, and I was still very much lighter. I felt grateful for the ceremony. I felt grateful for the medicine because I had noticed that something had really changed, right? So after I was done with my second session, I laid down and she gave me a sound bath with the singing bowls. It was, I never had a live sound bath individually, so it was awesome to just be in the space with your very own sound bath. And I fell asleep. So I don't know how long I fell asleep for, but she woke me up, and then I felt great when I woke up. Not like refreshed and ready to take over the world, just better than what I did. I needed that restorative sleep for a few minutes, however long it was, and got up, drank some water, ate a couple tangerines, and I went to get some food. The pre-combo diet is like light foods, so no caffeine, primarily fruits and veggies. You can eat chicken and fish, but no red meat. I don't eat red meat or pork anyway, so that wasn't really a big deal. And I just try to basically stick to vegetarian diet the couple days before, so I did the same thing afterward too, a few days after, to properly integrate and get everything that you're supposed to receive. She said a few days afterward, you're going to get messages from the combo and from your experience. So you want to keep your diet as light as possible afterwards so that you can receive the messages that you're supposed to get. So overall, I felt it was a great experience. Of course, nobody likes throwing up, but it's a part of the process. It's a part of you healing. It's the purging. You got to get it out, right? Like, it's all of your emotions have physical manifestations, whether you want to believe it or not. So you push things down, you shove things away, you don't express yourself, you get high blood pressure, you get diabetes, cancers, all these kind of nasty diseases that have physical manifestations because we don't get things out that need to come out. So you purging and you throwing up, you getting all the toxins out of your body definitely is helpful for you to have clarity and to see better. So it's just something you got to do and you'll be okay. You'll be all right. I promise. So over the last few days, I felt like my eating habits have changed. I haven't had any cravings. Usually I crave like fried foods, sweets, not really sweets, just every now and then, but definitely fried foods. Like, I'm a French fry whore. Like, I will eat some French fries. You hear me? Like, I love French fries. Don't know why. Loved, apparently, because I have not craved one French fry, anything crunchy. I went to, unfortunately, Burger King last night or night before last, and I got an Impossible Whopper, and I bit into it and was like, no thanks. It was not good at all. It was not good. I can taste the chemicals in the food now, which is so interesting. I could taste that the bun it was a nasty bun. It had chemicals in it. Like, my mouth was burning almost. Very interesting. Also, the mayonnaise was disgusting. Things that I really like, all the things that I used to like. I'm not a terrible eater, but my problem is fried stuff, right? So when I do eat fried stuff, it's like a thing where I eat fried stuff for like days. It's not like balance. It's like, you want French fries? Cool, we're going to eat French fries for 7 days in a row. So I like to have Subway, even though that's not very healthy. We all know that. But it's a healthier alternative to what you have as a truck driver on the road. And I don't like any of it. I've just been basically eating yogurt and drinking water. I had a chicken quesadilla the other day, and I was like, oh, everything just is nasty to me. I've been craving green foods. I've been craving sweet potatoes and tahini and delicious stuff, natural goodness from the earth. So I think that is an amazing thing, just even if you didn't get anything out of it, just to crave that, because obviously that's gonna bring you an extended life and it's gonna help you be better. So I think that was great. What else happened? I'm a lot more self-aware. So I thought I was self-aware before. Clearly I was not. I definitely feel more things than I've ever felt. Okay? I'll put that out there. I feel a lot of my emotions. I feel just more self-aware. Like I said, some things you don't understand until you experience it, and then you're like, okay, I know what you're saying. But like, I feel like I'm grounded on earth and I'm not all over the place. Of course, I still have wandering thoughts. My mind is a very busy place, but it's not as busy as it used to be. So I've been in a lot of meditation lately. And also I've noticed that there are a lot of things that I used to care about. I don't care. I do not have the energy or the time to care about anything that just doesn't matter. I've been having so many profound thoughts and profound feelings just coming to me, and it's just been amazing just to be like, dang, the feeling of unattachment. Let me tell you what, okay? Being unattached from an outcome is the most amazing feeling you could ever have. Period. It's the people explain unattachment, but I felt the feeling of unattachment, and it is literally the best thing I have ever felt in my life, because it's like, oh, what does this person think about me? What does this person think about me? Or how do I feel about this? Or what should I do about this? What should I think about this? Blah, 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 blah. What's the outcome? What's this going to be? What's that going to be? Right now I'm in the space of, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Whatever. What the hell ever. It'll be all right regardless, because I know that whatever happens, I'm going to be okay. That's the biggest takeaway from this experience. Let go of the baggage, bag lady, or bag mister, or bag whoever you are. It's okay. Let go of that shit, and you'll float to the top. So easy, right? Much easier said than done, but still important concept to internalize. We let it go, we're going to float to the top. We're in our own ways, constantly thinking, doing stuff that we're not supposed to be doing, or things that you know intuitively that you're not supposed to be doing, or things that you should be doing intuitively that you're not doing. You're getting your own way. Just let that shit go, man. You'll be all right. And my last little point says that I let go of a lot when I was purging, and I'm going to keep letting go of things so that I could be the best version of myself, so that I can keep floating to the top. And I will definitely be doing Kambo again. I feel like the overall feeling too is like somebody took a toothbrush and went inside of my body and scrubbed me down with a toothbrush and rinsed me out, just turned me upside down. I mean, literally, I threw up everything anyway, right? But the actual feeling of just having a fresh start and clean insides, that's a very interesting feeling, and I think everybody should have it. So if you're considering Kambo, I hope that this video helped you. If you have questions, you may ask them in the comments. I will be more than happy to answer them. I'm not really a big, huge social media person, but I did feel like I needed to record this because I feel like there should be more people who record their Kambo experiences, but also more Black people who record their Kambo experiences, because you already know how that goes. Everybody has their old stigmatisms for healing and all those other things, but there needs to be more people of color in the space expressing how they healed and what they've done. So I do plan to document my journeys on healing, and I hope you guys follow along, and I hope you guys grow too. All right, create a great day. Thank you so much for listening.